Here's an overview of our ALU and register file calculator. So the register files are connected up into the ALU. So the ALU's first input comes from our register 0 at all times. The second input comes from whatever the A2 address is. The display shows that the A2 address is currently 0. Just like in the ALU calculator that we looked at before, we can increase and decrease that value by using the buttons immediately below it, the left button for increasing, the next one into decrease. Then the next digit shows what the A3 input to the register is. Currently it is also a 0. So if you remember, A3 is where we would write a result to. So in this case, we would take whatever is in the 0 register, add whatever is also in the 0 register, and store the result back in the 0 register. The operation we would apply, OP, is the 0 operation, which happens to be addition. Over here, it's currently showing the result of the ALU. The light up here kind of indicates that this is ALU result. Turns out it can be one other thing, and a different light turns on if we're displaying the other option. We'll come back to that in a second. And this is again showing the 0 flag. So currently the result out of our ALUs is 0, so that light is also on. Okay, as before, we can change the opcode by using the two buttons immediately below the opcode, one to increase it and the other to decrease it. And then the last two buttons to the right also have functions. The very rightmost one happens to be our write register. That's how we would change what's stored somewhere. Okay, so let's do a quick operation. So by default, register 0 will have the 0 value in it, and register 1 will have the value of 1 in it. So when I first turn on my machine, the registers were initialized with these values. So remember that we're always taking what's in register 0, currently the 0, and applying some operation to it. We can select where we get the other value and what operation we do. So I'm going to continue to do addition, and I'm going to change to pick register 1. So this will be taking what's in register 0, the 0, taking what's in register 1, and adding them together to get a total of 1. Now I can choose to store this in register 0 if I would like. So I'm going to go ahead and store that 1 in register 0. I'm going to push the right button over here. And as soon as I do this, it's going to change what's in register 0. By the way, note that the light directly above this button will come on to kind of indicate that I have pressed that button. So I've just changed what's stored in register 0. So as soon as I hit that button, now I'm taking what is in register 0, the 1, and the 1 that's also in register 1. I'm still choosing to add them together, coming up with a result of 2. So again, this is continuing to show the result of the ALU register. Okay, the one other feature that's kind of useful here is the second button in from the right allows us to view whatever is in the register indexed by our A2 input. So right now it would allow me to look at what's in register 1, which should be a 1. I'm going to press the button and confirm. Yep, it has a 1. And I could decrease that address, and I could now I'm going to be looking at what is in register 0 when I press that button, and it is also a 1, so I've just confirmed the contents of my two registers. So the registers can kind of act as a scratch pad for our computations. We can pick the particular operations we want to apply by changing the opcode that we're using, and we have to use register 0 in all of our operations, so we may heavily utilize register 0 and kind of juggling things around between it and other registers. Okay, that's it for the quick overview.